Hello, everyone. We have made it to Naples, Florida. We flew in. My friend Devin, he has a plane, and we landed. We flew from Toronto, landed in South Carolina, filled up fuel, headed here to Naples, Florida, and it's Thanksgiving, U.S. So you're probably listening to this on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. If you have not yet gone out and purchased my Book More Weddings 2019 course, it comes with $1,000 plus of bonus content. So hopefully there's so much value in it that I feel like it's pretty crazy that it's priced at $179. And a lot of people on YouTube have actually said that it's like super crazy underpriced. So if you want to take part of that deal, it's available for the next couple of days. And then Book More Weddings 2019 is actually closed until January 1st. So if you want to get that deal, go and get that deal right now. You can head over to my Instagram page, and the link is in my profile, my bio. So you can click through and get that. And watch the video. If it's not for you, that's fine. If it is for you, I think it's also cross-platform enough that if you are a wedding photographer, that's great. This is obviously like 100% applicable to you, but also if you are a family photographer or if you are really any other style of photography, a lot of the concepts that are taught in the course are all about the business side of photography, and the business side of photography, I feel like, is pretty like cross-platform enough that we all kind of can understand and learn from the same things. And all you really need is like one simple aha moment from this course that goes into your business that really does accelerate the growth of it. And maybe you're going to make an extra $50,000 next year or $100,000 next year. It's kind of one of the bonuses of being an entrepreneur, that if you are working for somebody else in a 9 to 5, that, hey, like, you get a bonus, whatever, you make an extra 5% next year, 10% raise, like awesome. But as an entrepreneur, you can double, triple, quadruple, 10x your growth over a single year if you really do kind of put in the effort. So make 2019 the year that you really focus on that. It also comes with 100% money back guarantee. So if you're not 100% into the course, just send me an email, let me know, and I'll send your money back if everything didn't apply to you, if you didn't have that aha moment that really is going to benefit your future. So that's a little bit about today. And I guess, so the topic for today's podcast is essentially how I never really want to retire, that I've never really had this dream of like living until I'm 65 and then like quitting wedding photography and just like doing nothing and relaxing on a beach. We're here, I guess, in Naples, Florida, which is kind of what made me think of this topic. The fact that we're pretty much in, for the most part, a retirement community. And to, I guess, live your life with the idea to retire, I feel like almost, it just kind of makes me a little bit sad that, well, yes, I'm doing weddings now and that is paying the bills. And obviously I cannot continue to do weddings for the rest of my life just because of I guess like the challenges that it actually puts on your body and the long days and the heavy gear. But I think that there are opportunities for you and I to be doing the things that we want to be doing into retirement and to set yourself up for that. So you don't have to stress yourself out about the fact that like you didn't start investing when you were 16 and that you're not going to have an amazing financial nest egg, like multiple millions of dollars by the time you're 65, because now you're running your own business and you don't get a 401k or whatever the Canadian equivalent of that is, or so I feel like by like just not stressing myself out with the fact that I need that I have like a full stop point, that I'm like, yeah, like now I'm just done working forever and I'm just going to relax. I feel like I need to be working. I feel like I need to be generating more content, creating different things and exploring new interests and seeing which roads those lead to. And maybe for now it's wedding photography, but obviously I'm into a little bit of teaching, like this podcast and all the online courses and the Patreon content that I make and the secret podcast, that I really do find this a lot of fun to actually create work and to create work in a way that helps others, and to have like that positive feedback when somebody builds their business from like 1 or 2 weddings that they absolutely hate into a 6-figure business. Or the biggest example that I'm going to do a case study of eventually is one dude. He's in somewhere in the Midwest, and he built from 3 weddings 1 year, found some of my content, and now he's doing $350,000 a year in sales for specifically just weddings. So like absolutely dominating it. And to get those emails and to meet those people, like if we're ever at a convention and you've like you've seen my videos, maybe just come say hi. It would be awesome. Don't be shy. Don't think it's weird. I absolutely love to hear like the impact that I've had on people. And that's kind of why I'm doing this and why it gets me excited. So that's kind of like the season, I guess, that I've entered into, that I'm still happy doing weddings. I'm happy doing my commercial work, but also this kind of teaching educational sector is interesting and new, and it's something new to discover. And I think another important kind of thing to cover within this is that when you are a photographer, that you can't really just, or it's a little bit confusing if you were to be like, hey, I'm a photographer. Now I am going to do like a part-time CFO job for a different company. That's a little bit of a confusing of a transition. But if you are a photographer and you decide that you want to do a music project, obviously like photography is a big part of music now, whether you want it to be or not, and video as well. And if you're able to generate content for a music project, I feel like that kind of all fits. So I wouldn't think that that is a completely out of left field suggestion. Or if you decide that you want to be a painter, or if you want to do anything really within a visual or artistic space, I feel like it's all kind of fair game. So don't limit yourself. Don't believe that like you are just a photographer, that once you make it, this is what you're going to do. You're going to save for your retirement and you're going to retire at a certain time. Just know that like, I don't know. I really just don't feel like I ever do want to retire, that I do want to keep creating things. I want to continue just meeting people. I feel like that's one of the big things that I've discovered in actually like creating things, is that when you create good content, or you have a purpose to create content, or you're a producer role because maybe you're not a shooter anymore or whatever, that you are able to meet a lot of people and have a lot of interesting experiences based upon the skills that you have. So I don't see an end to that. I don't see an end to that as far as like being 65 and calling it in and just being like, all right, let's go down to Naples, Florida, and this is where we live now. So hopefully you gathered something from this today. Tomorrow, we're going to have a little bit of an exciting day, I think. I don't really know what it is yet, but Devin has this plane. There's 7 of us here, and I think we're thinking about going to Key West. So maybe follow along on Instagram stories if you're interested. Also, day one, or pre-day one sales, Wednesday, the course officially launched on Thursday. And day one sales, day -1 sales did really well. So I'm happy that people are picking up the course, and that I'm getting a lot of positive feedback already. And a lot of people, I can kind of monitor where you're at in the course. And so here's like maybe, I guess, like one other tangent that I think is really, really important. I'm going to say 4 years ago, when I launched my first course, I did kind of a time-sensitive sale like this. And it was very much like built on kind of the scarcity model. And a lot of people bought that course. Over, I think like 1,600 people purchased that course. And within all of those people that purchased it, only about 20% of the people that bought the course even opened the first email. So you buy something online, you get the email for that thing, to download it, to log in, whatever. And only a small percentage of people actually even opened that email. So that was very, very interesting to me. And I didn't really have visibility on the statistics of how many people actually started the course, and if they began it, how far they got, where they fell off, if they made it to chapter 6 and then stopped. But now I do. So now it's interesting to see that people are actually purchasing it and actually going through with it. Like over, I think 70% of the people have actually started the course already that purchased it yesterday. So that is really, really cool. If I had to ballpark how many people actually started the course that I sold a bunch of years ago, I'm going to say it was like 5 to 10%, which means like 1% maybe finished it. Whereas now, if this many people are already so far along, I'm very happy that people are actually purchasing it, and it is going to make an actual positive difference in their life, in their wedding photography career. So thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. I will be back tomorrow, either from Key West or from Miami or from Naples. We're not sure yet. It's going to be it'll be a time. So thank you for listening to the podcast. I am Taylor Jackson, and I'll see you tomorrow.